What's up, guys? Got a cool build to show off. This is Kraken build number 180, but it is my very first Kraken build, and very first build in general, with the Modtok case. Now, the Modtok case looks like your typical 090 case in matte, but it actually comes equipped with a sapphire domed crystal. So it's the only case like that. So sapphire domed crystal, and you've got a track in there for a clickable bezel. So this is our first Seiko SKX 007 coin bezel, and I picked it up in matte finish so that it would go with it. And we've got a custom laser engraved Kraken dial that we did the background in a torched blue. So down inside there, we have the pips lasered completely out, and then backside loomed those ones. Have a gray set of troika hands, and then this is one of, I had a few lasered titanium inserts, and we actually did the dial to go with the insert to try and match up the blues. Blue anodized cerakoted crown with the Kraken engraving on there. This has a matte steel movement holder, though you cannot see it because it has a solid milled caseback that we did a Kraken engraving on. Shark mesh hybrid SS band with the Kraken logo here on the clasp, double lock clasp. There's your bezel. I believe it's a 120 click. I guess it could be a 60. I guess until I do them both, I won't really know. I guess that would be. That's a 120. I'm definitely going to be getting 10 clicks in between there. So, only go one way. Let's see, are we there? We're there. We're there. Okay. Automatic mechanical, it's the same movement though. You can wind it, you can wear it, you can put it in a watch winder, but if it's dead or you're not going to be reactive, make sure you wind it just a little bit, and how you do that is you back the crown off the threads to hear it and feel it clicking. At that point you can wind, and a wind is a turn away from you. Turning it towards you doesn't do anything, but it's a lot easier to keep your finger spacing and go back and forth. If you do this for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, even if you're not very active, you'll keep time throughout the day. And if you do it for something closer to 20 seconds, you're going to wind out that 31-hour power reserve on it. You cannot overwind it, so don't worry about that. When you're happy with your winding, pull to the one and only click, and you can now set your time. It does not have a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. You also notice you've got a wobble crown that deflects lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement. So when you're pushing and prying on it, you're not putting any adverse pressure through the stem. Okay, Google, what time is it? It's 12:35 p.m. Push it over, get it out of that time setting, and wind it down, and you are done. There's a better look. It gives a nice blue, and you can get some purple in there. As with every build, you're going to get matching beads. So these, very tough to see, but these are purple with some sparkle in them, but came out nicely to go with that watch. This will come in a gray or silver special edition Kraken box, and will come with some watch clearance. This is good on all glass and metal parts of this watch as a whole, non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue, and a microfiber. And I'd already opened it up because I was sitting there making sure the glass was all clean on both sides, and I was like, oh, well, I'd actually used it for what it's used for this watch. So an actual one that was had a tiny bit of that sprayed on it. But this is going out to James. James, congrats, man. I did not have the video up yet. It was dreary by the time I had this built, so you only had pictures to go off of. So congrats, James, on Kraken number 180, but Kraken number 1 in the Modtok case, and build number 1 in the Modtok case. I have 3 more of these. I don't have I've got 2 of them with bezels. One of them I got a bezel coming in. and I will build these out, but I had them on hand if somebody wanted a build that way. These builds will cost 100 more than the standard. These Modtok cases alone run $100. So actually, yeah, so they run $100, and then the bezel typically is anywhere from 30 to 40. So if you would subtract what I normally have in a bezel at 30, and you'd subtract what I normally have in a case, which you can't really buy this separate right now. You have to go with assumed cost of 30-ish, though you can't buy them by themselves anymore. It's roughly a plus 100. Plus, I got to figure out, getting the insert into these bezels to make sure they're lined up properly. So a little bit more work goes into them. But if you're wanting a sapphire and a clickable bezel, that is the route we can take. This is the only case that we can do that in, which looks like a matte finish 090 case, which I do not typically use. But things at Tank come out great, looks great, and I hope you like it, James. Thanks for your support. And if you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe, as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.